Hey guys, what's up? Stickboy here, and once again, happy Halloween. It actually is Halloween night, although it will not be by the time I get this video uploaded. But nonetheless, I'm going to stick with the Halloween-themed background here. I'm thinking next year, if I'm still doing these videos, that I think I may let this theme go longer. I'll start it earlier in the month because I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys like it. However, this time I'm not going to bring Tusk out. If you want to see Tusk, you're going to have to go back and watch my reaction to the MLP Season 7 finale if you haven't seen that already. I did bring Tusk out. He did all right, but I'm not going to bother him tonight. So, let's get right to it. We have an episode of Ouran High School Host Club, and before I get into that, I need to kind of give you guys an idea where I'm going with this series. The reason that you haven't seen me do this series in a while is because I got sick and I didn't do anything for about a week, and then we had the MLP finale. I got up for that, doing all right. I'm doing better. So here's the thing. I've got about another week or so to get these videos, to get this series kind of moving along. I don't know how much time I'm going to have, but starting November 6th, we're going to get Star versus the Forces of Evil coming back. And that's obviously going to take priority. That's one of my main series, MLP, Star, and Steven Universe. If you look at my channel, those are my three primary series, and when those come back, they kind of take precedence over everything else. So that's going to come back, and not only is it going to come back, but it's going to come back like in force. We're going to get something like 8 episodes over the course of 2 weeks. So it's going to be all I can do to keep up with that. And then right on top of that, on November the 10th, Steven Universe is going to come back as well. And so I'm going to be doing double duty just to keep up with my main series that I do. So I'm going to do the best I can with this one. I'm going to try to keep up with it. I may have to set it down for a little while. I don't really want to try to do this series along with Steven Universe and Star because I feel like we're getting close to the end of this one, and things are really going to start getting fast-paced toward the end. So if I can't finish it out this week, I'm hoping that I will finish it out this week. If I can't do that, then I may have to just set it down until this Star and Steven bomb and everything is over with, and then pick it back up whenever those two settle down, because they will. They never stick around for long. They'll give you some episodes and then they'll disappear into thin air again. So we'll see what happens. I can't make any promises because I don't know what my schedule's going to be like. I may be busy. I know I'm going to be working pretty late this week. So we'll just see what I can do. I'm not making any promise, but I'm going to try. And I'm really sorry. I apologize for you guys that are waiting on this series, waiting on my reactions to this. I know what it's like. I've been on the other end of that. Been subscribed to somebody and they don't do anything for like 3 weeks, and you're like, "Come on, man, what are you doing? Where's your video?" But just things come up, life gets in the way. So I'm gonna do the best I can for you guys, but I've rambled on quite a bit. So let's just jump right into this thing. What is our time? 4 minutes. Well, that's not too bad. I've done longer updates, but okay. So this episode of Ouran High School, it's got something to do with Kyoya. Kyoya's reluctant day off or something like that. So I'm thinking maybe we finally get some character development on him. I mean, we know that he's the de facto president. I mean, Tamaki is the president, but we know that Kyoya's running the show, and he's kind of a wise ass, and but as far as what's going on inside, what kind of character he is, I'm hoping that we'll get to see some of that. Because I really don't know a whole lot about him. So anyways, enough of that. Let's jump right into this thing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Kiss, kiss, fall in love. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, it's been a while. Been a while since I watched this series. Making me crazy. What's going on with my... Sorry. My cord was pinned down there and I couldn't move. If I had to choose a road in this garden of romance, maybe we could take this chance. Maybe you're my love, and I would like to find a hand like yours to take mine, and with one kiss we could stop time and I'd fall in love with you. Tomorrow's far away, so hope today just you and me in our beautiful spring. All right. And we'll always fall in love again. Hey, hey. All right, let's see what we can do here.
Since adopting the Zaibatsu system as its corporate model generations ago, the
Hello.
Ouran Group has advanced the medical field to unprecedented heights. Today, we continue that proud history of innovation and leadership through our cutting-edge
Are we inside
approach
Kyoya's
to
head?
hospital administration. A prospective successor to this legacy will do well to remember that merely standing in the shadow of his brother's achievements will not suffice to ensure his future.
Ooh. We're talking about
Hey,
Kyoya here?
I just had the most brilliant idea.
I did get the idea about him that he's under pressure to succeed.
How did I wind up here?
Mama, hurry up!
Good question.
It's right over here! All right, all right.
I was sleeping comfortably in my own bed just a few minutes ago. No, wait.
Now we're in a shopping mall.
Tamaki was carrying on about some sort of exhibit. Mm-hmm. He had his heart set on all of us going, I think.
Doesn't this sound fascinating? Commoners hold events like these all the time. They're called expos. That's commoner lingo for expos.
Is this like,
Products from all
Oh, here we
over
go.
gathered under one roof so that underprivileged people can cope with the emptiness of not being able to travel. That makes
Right.
this the perfect opportunity for us to better understand Haruhi by allowing the host club to study commoners in their natural environment. You guessed it, Kyoya. We're going to go on a field trip. Haruhi won't be joining us today, incidentally, as her presence might harm our credibility as impartial observers.
fair enough.
Oh, come on. You can't just lie here in bed all morning. Today's the last day of summer vacation.
Grouchy riser.
For your information, I was up until 5 a.m., you morons. Which, if you hadn't noticed, makes me a little less than happy about being woken up.
Kyo-chan isn't much of a morning person, huh?
You have no room to talk.
That is absolutely true.
Hey, what does that mean?
Okay, enough with the commoner shtick. If you formulaic half-wits feel like wasting all afternoon on worn-out old cliches, go right ahead and suit yourselves.
Well, if that's what you really want. You heard the man. Now let's dress him to the nines and head for the expo. This is going to be wonderful. Great choice, Money Senpai.
These guys.
Brings out his eyes.
Poor Kyoya. I would feel the exact same way if I'd stayed up until 5. And then they got me up at the butt crack of dawn, which was maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours sleep. I would feel exactly the same.
Look at that! Wow, all of those suits look exactly the same.
Only they probably wouldn't get me out the door.
They have something here called a pet shop. That will be our very first destination, man.
They serve ice cream on the rooftop!
Really? Wait. They're holding some super special event up there, too. Sweet!
Poor Kyoya. And so, hypotensive evil lord. Hey, you know,
Oh, right. That's how.
yeah.
Looks like I'm at the Izumi Shopping Center, which isn't exactly within walking distance of home. Guess I'll call
Yeah.
to have a car sent out.
Oh, they took his phone.
Yay!
Oh, doesn't have his wallet either.
Oh, wow. Sorry. Ah!
Watch where you're going, kid.
Tamaki's a dead man when I get my hands on him.
Kyoya-senpai? I didn't expect to see you here today.
Feelings probably mutual.
How much money do you have on you, Haruhi?
What?
Now you know what it's like to be a commoner.
Kyoya's reluctant day out.
Alright.
Kyoya-senpai, are you sure this is where you want to eat? There are much nicer
It would be
restaurants to
McDonald's,
eat from
except we couldn't
upstairs.
afford it.
Well, you don't have much on you, so our choices are limited. Just be sure to get a receipt. Tamaki will reimburse you tenfold.
How did this happen? All I wanted was a little peek at the Products Expo. Why did I have to run into Kyoya-senpai? And why did he have to be in such a foul mood?
Haruhi, I think it's our turn. How do I order?
Oh, here, why don't I order for both of us? Do you know what you want?
You pick. Just get us a lot of it.
Oh, okay, that and that one. Both with fries, too, please.
Oh, he's so cute and just my type. Okay.
That's what you
know
think.
Would you be interested in adding one of our delicious desserts?
Thank you, no, I don't care for sweets.
Gorgeous and cool. I think I'm in love. Before you decide, we have a new shake that's absolutely...
I have given you my answer.
Please be sure to include our receipt. Kyoya-senpai, just because you're in a bad mood today doesn't give you the right to go around talking to people like that. The poor girl was just doing her job.
Her job is to serve us food, not irritate me with some weak sales pitch.
Fair enough.
Now what?
Nothing. I just don't think I've ever actually seen you eat before. Somehow I thought the experience would be more refined. I'm surprised food like this even appeals to you.
It doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. No doubt you'll say I'm callous for admitting it since you bought this tripe.
Of course I won't.
You're hungry enough, you'll eat
I
anything.
will think it, though.
There's an understanding between makers of food like this and those that eat it. Quality takes a backseat to convenience. Refinement isn't part of the equation. It's meant to be eaten quickly. Besides, no one of consequence is here to witness my momentary lapse of manners.
I must
Uh-oh.
be taking a break from the whole nice guy act today. I guess even rich people have to let their hair down every once in a while.
Hey. For the record, I'm saying it benefits me nothing to keep up appearances in a place like this. And that includes any special treatment I may give you here.
Oh, really? I never would have guessed that in a million years.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, girls, that guy in the glasses.
She totally
is a
didn't
total
pick up
hottie.
on that 5 minutes ago.
He's gorgeous. Excuse me. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I was wondering if you're not using this chair. Can my friends and I borrow it?
Why not?
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
You're quite welcome.
I've never seen this side of Kyoya-senpai before. Is he always this
I don't
indifferent
think
when
I've
there's nothing
ever
for him?
seen any side of him other than...
Welcome, won't you come in?
Tamaki-senpai couldn't act this way if his life depended on it. How do they complement each other so well?
You're probably wondering how Tamaki and I complement each other so well.
Oh, great. Now he's inside my head.
He's a mind reader.
What is he, telepathic or
Well, now you know how it feels.
The answer is simple. I have something to gain. There is no better motivator than self-interest. I have to look out for number one, you know.
Tamaki-senpai would be heartbroken if he heard you say that.
On the contrary. He's understood our arrangement from the very beginning. The same goes for all of them.
Not surprising.
Hikaru, Kaoru, Honey-senpai, Mori-senpai. The glue that holds the host club together is our mutual egocentricity. It's the principle that drives the alliance between our families and ensures each of our futures. Though, well, let's just say there's still quite a bit you don't understand about that. Although Tamaki is a fool, and self-sacrifice does come naturally to him, So I guess the point of this is we are very different creatures.
Well, yeah.
Senpai, I thought you were gonna take a taxi home.
I am, but I might as well have a look around first. Black pearls from Ishigaki Island. Odd to find them here, considering how much they go for.
You're kidding. Really? That's incredible. How can you tell, Senpai?
I am the product of excellent breeding.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
Breeding, huh? Well, that would account for the wall of ice he's been putting up between us. So
This is gonna be an awkward episode, isn't it?
This time I still know next to nothing about your family.
Because there's really nothing for you to know about my family, at least nothing that should be of interest to you.
Well, that seems to be a little bit unfair, don't you think?
Just what do you mean unfair?
I mean that when it comes to my personal life, you even keep tabs on who my father's friends from work are, while I barely have a clue about yours, so I call that unfair.
Yeah?
That's a very intriguing notion in its own way.
You've got two older brothers, right? For starters, you could tell me something about them. What kind of people are they?
If anybody can break that wall down, it's Haruhi.
Please allow me to introduce my sons. They are the Otori legacy.
Ah, what fine young men they are.
Truly a credit to their line. You must be very pleased. They all appear to be remarkably brilliant. Though, of course, only the oldest will succeed his father.
Kyoya is the most handsome of the three. But you're right. With two older brothers ahead of him, he doesn't stand a chance of becoming the family's patriarch.
They are rather
Unless...
exceptional. Enough so that my father puts a lot of stock in them. Though as the third son, things work out a little differently for me.
An irreproachable academic record and social finesse are accomplishments your brothers laid claim to long ago, so your own achievements will have to outshine these considerably in order to impress me, Kyoya.
I didn't realize there was so much pressure on you to succeed.
Pressure? Oh no, Haruhi. I can think of nothing more fun than this.
Well... Okay.
Dear me, pieces from the Komatsu Shoin collection? I never thought that I would
This sure
find
is,
them here.
Why, madam, you have an astonishing eye.
Senpai?
He heard somebody lie.
Senpai?
You know, they have such exquisite color, don't they? To tell you the truth, I'm not really even supposed to have these out on display. The bulk of the Komatsu collection has been private.
Kyoya's fixing to go call bullshit.
This has rarely come up for sale.
Yeah.
With all due respect, these are fake.
Hey, get out of here, kid. What do you think you're doing?
The shade of blue is strongly reminiscent of Shoin's work, but looking closely around the base, you'll notice the color graduation isn't quite dark enough to be authentic. That and the lacquer is too clear.
That's enough of you, Mr. Expert. I'll report you for obstructing my business.
Yeah, go ahead and try.
Just as I thought. The brush strokes on this seal are uncharacteristically broad as well. For your sake, I hope you have a certificate. That is, if you still insist it's real.
Of course it's real. I have the certificate at home.
Ah, then surely you won't mind if I call the Komatsu family right now to verify your claim. My own family has had dealings with them for generations. It would only be a matter of minutes.
Wait, you can't do this! This is an outrage! I've been here for years! I'll report you to the authorities!
After everything you've told me, Senpai, stepping in on a complete stranger's behalf seems a little out of character for you.
Oh, that? Well, now she's hardly a stranger. You mean you don't know? Her husband is the CEO of a major electronics company.
Of course.
Allow me to offer...
This is my first time to meet her personally, but that ring on her left hand is unmistakable. My family has dealings with her husband's company.
Of course.
Ah, one of the Otori boys. Imagine running into you here incognito. The next opportunity I have, I'll be sure to take advantage of one of your family's beautiful health resorts.
We'd be honored.
Big surprise. Kyoya-senpai is Kyoya-senpai after all. Now hang on a second, that woman's ring. There's no way he could have.
Hey Haruhi, did you know this?
Did I know what?
Is melon the preferred flavor among snack makers?
Huh?
It doesn't make sense. If the primary ingredient is corn, why go to the trouble of artificially making it taste like fruit? Seems counterintuitive.
That's an intriguing notion in its own way.
It is, isn't it?
Funny?
Earlier you were going on and on about how you and Tamaki-senpai are nothing alike. What you just said about the candy? It sounds exactly like him.
You think so? This does seem like something he and the twins would fawn over. Very well, I'll
It kind
buy
of
them.
does.
Haruhi, your wallet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Just be sure to save me a receipt.
He'll probably pay you back. If he doesn't just assume that it comes out of your debt somehow. I was wondering what happened to the rest of these guys. How do he better soften him? Soften Kyoya up. Powerful motor? Yeah! Hadn't been that long since I watched this.
I hope you're ready! It's back to school time! Have all of you boys and girls been keeping up with your summer homework assignments? Huh? What's that? Oh, you haven't! What have you been doing all this time? Stop goofing around and get a move on!
What is Renge doing up there?
That's a good question.
Recently, she's practically been around every corner.
What do we have here?
I was about to say that.
Naughty little children who aren't ready for school? It's too late now! I, Dr. Namahage, will never let you leave!
This is a job for the Ouran Host Club Rangers!
Really?
Unhand her! Oh no! It's my arch nemesis, dreaded shadow leader of the Host Rangers! Host!
What happened to Kyo-chan?
I don't know, but
Hey,
those
Senpai-
5 are dead men walking if Haruhi doesn't soften him up.
Senpai is always so eager to help people when they're in need.
You mean when there's nothing to be gained from it? Who knows?
So then when you help someone, how exactly do you benefit from it? Money or reputation? Or is it more abstract? Because the way I see it, Tamaki-senpai gets something out of helping others that doesn't necessarily involve their paying him back. So maybe when you get right down to it, the two of you aren't all that different.
Kyoya, would you please find a map of all the public schools in this area? I'd like to help this man find his daughter. Besides, that young lady looked like she wanted nothing more than to play the piano with you. It's an absolute tragedy to see a brother and sister at odds this way. We have to do something to help them. If you really want to surpass your brothers, then you can do it. But I think you're the one who's lost hope and given up. Hey, Kyoya, I just had the most brilliant idea. We should start a club together.
Attention shoppers, this is an announcement for a lost child. Attention shoppers, this is an announcement for a lost child. A little boy named Kyoya Otori is lost inside the store. Repeat, Kyoya Odori is lost. His guardian, Suo, is waiting for him
Well-
at the second floor information counter. Kyoya is 5 feet 11 inches tall with black hair and wearing prescription glasses.
Well, if she had softened him up,
Matches the description.
He's a little big to be lost, don't you think?
he's definitely dead now.
Mister, is there something wrong with you?
That damn idiot. I'll kill him!
Yeah.
Kyoya, there you are! We were so worried. Why
Haruhi.
is Haruhi with you?
Oh boy, Haru-chan has come to play with us!
Hooray! Play, 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 play!
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm exhausted. It has been a very long day for me.
For you.
Quit licking me! That tickles!
What's with the dog?
Isn't she beautiful? I got her this amazing place they call a pet shop. Cut it out, Antoinette.
How exactly am I like this moron?
I know you want me to believe your only reasons for helping that woman earlier were selfish ones, but that isn't actually the truth. Because from where we were standing, there's no way you could have seen her ring. There was a flag blocking our view.
That's quite observant of you.
It just doesn't make sense. You go to all that trouble acting like you're such a big jerk when being a nice guy comes so naturally to you. It seems counterintuitive.
That's a very intriguing notion in its own way.
Okay.
I run and run 1,000 miles.
All right.
And I am barely breathing. Only the fuel of a passion heart.
All right.
Body strong and moving forward. But could it be I found a place to rest?
So Kyoya's kind of trying to prove himself.
Trees up in town reveal the
But he's still like super enigmatic about it. Like,
shade and color. The world always changes.
it's still hard to crack that shell, you know?
Always remain through all the pain. Believe it.
Who we are right here and now.
Raise one hand to the sky, raise them both, lift them high.
So,
Through the darkness, make it glow.
the next two,
The time to start is now.
the next two I'll probably do as a set. So I'm not going to go on tonight.
Me and the world will be even bigger than ever
Before.
Hey!
Yeah.
What's going on? Who is that kid?
Oh, this ought to be good.
You'll have to do better than that, Chica-chan!
Next time, Chica's down with honey declaration.
The Ouran host
Down
club
with
will be
honey.
waiting for you. We'll see you then.
So yeah, I was just looking at the next two titles, and there's this guy that apparently is a rival to Honey Senpai, and then after that, I think we're going to see the return of the Lobelia Academy. That's what the title says. I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to believe it, you know? But yeah, those two kind of, if I'm going to do a double episode, those two look like they would go really well as a double episode. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to end this one here. But about that episode, yeah, it kind of seems like, yeah, Kyoya's got this pressure on him, even though he doesn't admit it. You know, he doesn't admit that he's under pressure. He definitely feels it, and he's wanting to kind of pave his own way, I think, and do it in a way that doesn't necessarily outshine his brothers, but stands out in a way that makes him his own person, is kind of what I get from that. And yeah, he does seem to, I guess he does kind of seem to help people in his own way. I guess all the hosts really do. They kind of do it in their own way, but at the same time they have this front that they put up, so it's kind of interesting to get in there. I know I didn't talk a whole lot, but it's one of those episodes that was kind of a serious episode for the most part, other than the silliness that the other members of the host club brought whenever they did show up in the episode. So there was a lot to listen to. It's kind of like episode 14, where there's really just a lot to listen to and a lot to pay attention to. And I didn't want to try to talk over so much that I didn't pick up all those little details, because I'm sure they're details that I'm going to need later on going forward. So, yeah, there we go. That was episode number 17, Kyoya's Reluctant Day Out. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So that'll do. I'm Stick Boy, and happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time.